What's up, Manna, you majors? As we prepare to celebrate the birth of Christ this week, Merry Christmas. I'm excited to be back with you this week for part 3 of looking at the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, 14 through 30. Just like last week, I won't read the entire passage, but I'll provide a brief synopsis. So, there was this master who gathered his servants together. The master was about to go on a trip, but before he did, he entrusted to them his property. To the first servant, he gave 5 talents. To the second servant, he gave 2 talents. And to the final servant, he gave 1 talent. Then he went away. The first servant doubled his master's money and went from 5 to 10 talents. The second servant doubled and went from 2 to 4 talents. And the third servant didn't know what to do. He was scared, fearful, so he dug a hole and buried his master's money, which again just seems crazy. So, when the master returned, the first 2 servants received this narrative of, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You've done well with a little, so I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master." The third servant received a much different narrative. He was called a wicked and slothful servant, and he was banished. He was sent away to a place of weeping and gnashing of teeth. And as the third servant gives the 1 buried talent to the master says to give it to the first servant, who doubled the 5 talents and now has 10. And as he does that, the first servant now has 11 talents. So that's the synopsis of the parable of the talents. What I want to focus on this week is this statement that says, each according to their ability. What a fascinating statement. There's a lot packed in those few words. How did the master know what their level of ability was? It suggests that maybe these first 2 servants, maybe this wasn't their first rodeo regarding being entrusted with the master's property or from previous lived experience. So there's a couple of tragic things here for the third servant, the fearful servant, a couple of missed opportunities. The third servant could have asked the other 2 servants what to do. He could have said something like, "Hey, I don't really know what to do here, but you 2 seem to know what you're doing. Could you help me out and give me some advice, some guidance, some wisdom? I need some help, some understanding." But the third servant didn't do that. What a missed opportunity. There's certainly been times in my life where I wasn't asking for help from others when I should have, times where I was digging holes instead of stewarding well. That brings up this idea of community and small groups, having brothers and sisters around you to lean on. So this is the first missed opportunity for the third servant. Why didn't he ask the other 2 servants? He would have saved himself some weeping and gnashing of teeth. There is another missed opportunity that I see here, and this is tragic as well. The third servant, the fearful servant, could have even apologetically asked the master, "Master, I know you're leaving on a journey and you've entrusted me with this 1 talent. I want to honor you, but I honestly don't know what to do. Would you tell me what to do?" Are you curious what would have happened if the third servant had asked his master? I know that our master is kind, loving, and benevolent. God would be thrilled to be asked the question, "How can I honor you with this opportunity?" I love this parable because it causes me to stop and think, what is my master entrusting me with? Also, maybe I can get wisdom from my other servants. Maybe I can always just ask the master, "I don't know what to do. How can I honor you with this opportunity?" Don't miss these opportunities. All right, ask your fellow servants for wisdom and ask God how you can honor him with the opportunities he's given you. So excited to wrap up this next week, part 4 of the parable of the talents. See you next week, Manna, you fam.